Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today is kind of a speed build, but it's more of a renovation. We are doing a townie renovation, and this is of the Pleasant household in Brichester. So this is on the Mossy Lane lot. And at the start of this video, you would have seen the before. So you would have seen that it is a three-tiered, three-leveled townhouse that is in Brichester, and it is home to, are they sisters? The Lilith and Angela Pleasant. And I believe the Pleasant family has ties to, I think it's The Sims 2. I could be wrong. They could also be in the Sims 1 as well. I'm not too big on my Sims lore. I personally started playing The Sims when I was in The Sims 3, was the game that I have played the most and grew up playing. And yeah, so let's talk a little bit about this house. So as I said, this is a three-story home, and the layout of this home is such that the bottom floor is all your living. So you have your kitchen and your bathroom, and then your kitchen goes out to the outside, kind of like a little gated courtyard, which I really liked. I did like that initial layout, so we are keeping that initially. And then there's a dining and an open living space. Upstairs you had one whole floor that was dedicated to one of the sisters, and then the top third floor is dedicated to another sister. And I understand why they've done it, to just try to depict the different styles of the two sisters. One had a very kind of girly princess vibe, and there was so much base game used in this build, and I thought that it did need a little bit more use of Discover University as a pack, because that's the world that it's in Brichester. So that was my first thing. I wanted to inject a little bit more of the items from the pack. And then the other sister had a very more modern, it was all purple and black and kind of retro theme. Very different styles. You can see that kind of princess vibe that I get from here. Kind of, yeah, very much Willow Creek, Umbridge Manor style that I get. So my first thing was get rid of the third floor. We do not need the third floor. Second thing, we want to put the house on a foundation. I then kind of added some more bump outs. I do like the townhouse vibes. I wanted to keep that, but I didn't like that they were just essentially three rectangles on top of each other. I felt it needed a little bit more shape. So we do redo the roof line, and we do add some front bump outs, but I did like the flowers on the front facing. I did like the front facing of this build, but we have added in some balconies, and we have changed the windows to be from the actual pack itself and not base game. I do like the base game windows. As I said, I didn't mind the exterior, but I felt that I wanted to use a little bit more of the pack Discover University, as we are doing a pack restricted build. So yeah, if you are interested in this renovation and you do like how this turns out, it is available on the gallery Antoinette.44. It is available in the description below if need be, and I believe it comes in at, I want to say, between 60 to 80,000 simoleons, and it is still I think it's a 2x2 bedroom home. I normally would fit a lot more bedrooms, but I think with it being a townie home, I wanted to keep the number of bedrooms the same and just kind of update the home in general, as opposed to, because yeah, anyway, long story short, I probably could have put some more bedrooms in here, but I didn't. So as you can see, that's that kind of purple neon interior that one of the sisters had. So we obviously get rid of all of that, and I kind of use a little bit more of the pack. So their bedrooms do have that personalized vibe of, you know, one of the sisters has a very kind of vintage style, Victorian style, and then the other sister has a little bit more of a modern, playful, colorful vibe. And as I said in Tuesday's build, that's very much what I feel Discover University has. You have a more kind of vintage style that matches and pairs very well with base game, and then you have a more modern style that is that kind of like IKEA furniture that, yeah. Okay, so biggest change is A, we got rid of the third story. B, we put this house on a foundation, automatically looks way better and a little bit more put together. I believe I keep those hydrangeas out the front, which is what the build originally had. I don't believe I put any, I might put some fencing at the back, but I don't think I put any fencing at the front. The original build, yeah, fencing, did have fencing, and it was kind of that black wired fencing. We haven't added any of that. This area, I did have to swap it around because we didn't have a lot of room. I really did use the entirety of this lot. The actual building itself takes up quite a lot of space. And yeah, I absolutely love how this build came out. I think if I was using it in personal gameplay, I would want to have a little bit more bedrooms for a house that's this big. But I do really love the downstairs and the living area and the layout. We do alter it slightly. I do keep the kitchen where it is, but then I also have, it's kind of like a joint space with the kitchen and the dining, and then the living is a smaller living room at the front like it was in the original build, and then the bathroom is in the same location. So again, that was the other thing that I wanted to do, was to add in more of the items from Discover University. Discover University has some wonderful items like windows and doors. So I wanted to replace all the windows and doors with the ones that came with the pack. And that way they fit in the world better. The wallpapers I did keep, I think I kept them base game actually, except for the wallpaper that's in the second bedroom. I use that really bright and fun pastel colored wallpaper that came with Discovery University for one of the girls' rooms. And this is the upstairs, so this is the second floor, and I'm mapping out where I want the bedrooms and whatnot. And they have two very spacious bedrooms, and then there is, I believe, one bathroom upstairs, yeah, which is next door to, I think it is is it Angela? I get them mixed up all the time to who's who, so I'll have to look into that. But you know, they could be in either room, it doesn't really matter. So I didn't really plan this, but in the end I managed to get a balcony for both of the sisters, and I think that's really cool. So they both have their own private balcony, so that kind of tells you where the rooms are. So you've got this room at the front, which is that more vintage style, and that's at the front of the house, and then obviously it's got a front balcony. And then the other bedroom is at the back of the house and has a back balcony. The second bedroom is a lot smaller than the first bedroom, and yeah, I went in with this base game bed. This is the bed that was in the build initially, but it was in a different swatch. It was in that fluorescent purple swatch, which I find really hard to use. It's not a very usable swatch, and that's kind of a little bit of my gripe with base game, is sometimes a lot of the swatches aren't usable. So we went with kind of a green and yellow vibe in here, a lot more modern in this bedroom, which still depicts the changes of differences in personalities between the two sisters. I've used the rugs from University and more of that kind of IKEA-esque furniture, and I just cluttered up the space. I think we do jump between both bedrooms. As I was like designing and building this, I kind of jumped between the two. If I saw something that would go in that bedroom, I jumped there, and then vice versa. Yes, so this room here, which is the bigger room, and I would say that if you were to have this build be for just a general family, this would be the master bedroom, and you could probably rework the floor plan and add in, and probably could fit in another bedroom for sure if you wanted to rework it. But again, this is just a renovation, and for the townies that live there, I thought that this was the best way to do it. And yeah, so I really enjoyed how this build came out. This particular room was a really funny shape, and I did have to play around with the layout, and I've been doing this quite a lot recently where I don't really have room to put bedside tables, so I'll put the dresser and then I'll have the bed up against the wall or whatnot. You can still use the bed, the Sims will scoot across and whatnot, so I really liked that. And that's what I've done in here. Just added some books, added in a base game mirror, these base game mirrors, and the desk from base game. As I said, it all pairs really, really well with the Discover University furniture, and that's that bright color wallpaper that I've added in the second bedroom, and I've gone with a base game wallpaper in here. I could have kept the same kind of color scheme that she initially had in the original build, but I decided to change it a bit just because why not. I do keep the same kind of color scheme in the living room, so as you can see in that living room, it's very red and green. I still keep it that way because I liked it. I do upgrade the lounge. I think I put the new lounge from, well, it's not new, but the lounge from the Discover University pack. All right, we're just going in and we are just playing around. So I've decided to make this hallway a bit more open as opposed to closed. So I would say that this house has it's a closed floor plan, but it is open in some areas. As you can see, the living room is just quite a small space. I do add in the fireplace. I think I get rid of that window. Add in the fireplace that came with the pack. We've got the chairs. I love those curtains on those arched windows. It's quite a nice space. It's not a massive living room, but it does the job. For the Sims that are living in this house, this is adequate, right? Normally in my family homes, I like to have a big living room because, again, if you have children and stuff, you need more space. But I like this little space. It's kind of like a cute little sitting room as well, which fits perfectly for the teens. A lot of, again, base game furniture, base game lamp, plants. These lights, I think I get rid of them. They're like base game lights, but they had like a very vintage feel. They were in the original build. I don't know if I keep them, but yeah, they were just kind of a bit dingy, so I might get rid of them. All right, we are into the landscaping. I kept the landscaping quite simple. As I said, I wanted to keep those hydrangeas in the front. I believe, yes, I do change them to white because I want the yellow flowers that are in the by the windows, the planters, sorry, the yellow flowers in the planters to stand out a bit more. So I wanted to make the front central plants white so that they stand out more. And I'm just reconfiguring the back. I actually take away the fence and only fence off a small back. It probably doesn't even need to be fenced at all, but I just wanted to have a little bit more room in the backyard because there isn't a backyard, and I just wanted a space to put, like, I believe I put a seating area and a grill in there. And then I've just got some hedges, and I put a little bit, I gate off a little bit of the front garden bed, and I do that because that's kind of, it was in the original build, and I just kind of wanted to bring a little bit more from the original design forward. So I've done that. I'm just bringing these hedges forward, and then I think we are going into decorating that little corner spot there. And again, I think I just put a table, chairs, and a grill, and yeah, just kept it very simple in this area. Oh, and I think I use like the planter pots just because I don't have a lot of space to put the big box planters. And again, I always try to combine as much skill building as I can, especially for a student home, and they've got tons of skills. Just fixing the roof line. As you can see, I've got that back balcony. I've got the easel. I don't know if this particular sim is the one that paints, but it's on that balcony anyway. And I believe the front balcony, I just put some chairs. Yeah, I believe I do some benches, yeah, on either side. I like how this looks. I've been doing it quite a lot recently, and it just makes for like a cute little seating area. Changed all of the outdoor windows to the yellow and brown swatch. Just ties in the foundation a little bit more and the front door. And I'm just upstairs in that foyer section. So this is where I just put it a desk because they are students. They do need somewhere to do homework. I presume they're students. A chess table and just like a little buffet table. And I'm just cluttering it up, I believe, with a statue. Yep, chicken. And I think this is the part where I go around with all the curtains. These are just base game. I felt that these ones matched the build the best, and I've gone with a contrasting orange curtain in the second bedroom, and these are the curtains that come with the pack on the downstairs larger windows, because they fit the larger windows perfectly, but they don't necessarily fit the shorter windows. So it's my only gripe with the curtains that come with it, Discover University. So yeah, no, I really enjoyed this build, and you'll have to let me know in the comment section down below, do you enjoy these renovation builds, and is this the type of content you'd like to see? Because I think I'm always interested in looking into series that I can do regarding building. Obviously we are currently doing a building series with the pack restricted build, and we do have about another month-ish of builds left, but that doesn't account for the game packs. So I haven't made my decision whether I'm going to do the same thing for game packs. There's definitely some builds that I'd love to do, like in Tartosa, all of those occult builds, things like that. I think it would be really fun. But then also like a renovation series could be fun as well. So who knows what will happen next, but I'm very excited for the new year and the builds that will come. So we are downstairs in the kitchen, because I kind of didn't do the kitchen. It's weird, I normally start with the kitchen, but in this build I kind of half did it and left it. So this is where I'm finalizing that space, and as you can see, I've taken out that middle wall and I've just opened this up, and I'm just kind of playing around with the layout and how I want the counters. We do get rid of this wall. I don't know why I put this wall up. I thought it looked cool. But we just go in with some counters, and I believe I put in some beautiful base game bar stools that I don't usually use. I think these are the ones that are in Johnny Zest's home that are really randomly out of place, so that's fun. So we've added that in, and then I just do some countertops, and yeah, so as I said, this is all base game furniture. Obviously Discover University, I think it only came with like a bar fridge. That was the only kind of kitchen-esque type furniture that came with the pack, and I believe I put the shorter ones. So these are not the ones that are in Johnny Zest's home. These are just the shorter ones with no backing. Just put some upper head cabinets, just trying to spruce up the space. I kind of like it. Played around with the layout quite a bit, and yeah, so it's all coming together. So you go down the hall and there is one entrance into this space, and then there is a back door. The back door is not now to the back, it's its own private little its own private porch. I did mention in the start of the build that I did enjoy that aspect, but in the end this is the floor plan that really worked. And I just believe I put some aprons and some wall decorations, and I think I move is it a grandfather clock? No, grandfather clock. There is one of those in the game, but this is just like a hutch that has some china in it. So we just spruce up with a painting, and I believe maybe a backsplash in this space, and maybe a coffee machine and some other small appliances. I'm just kind of going through what's in the build and buy catalog and just adding clutter pieces and whatnot and bits and pieces before we move into the tour. I really love that corner piece. It's like a stand that has like some china in it. I love it. I think it's really sweet. That's a base game item. And I wanted to add some more color into this area, so we've gone in with the blue flowers, and I think I'm just going to be doing some alt placing just to make sure that everything's sitting in the right space. And yeah, I really like how this kitchen turned out. And we are moving into the bathroom. So In Tuesday's build, I mentioned that there are 2 showers that came with Discover University. You have one which is like a proper unit, and then you have a standalone shower. We do use the standalone shower in the downstairs bathroom of this build. We will not be showing the upstairs. We'll show that in the tour. I do use that standalone shower in this build. Now, when this pack came out, this was the first time we received a shower like that, so it was a pretty revolutionary thing. This is just a very basic bathroom. It's just got toilet, shower, sink, and a rug. And I believe with that, we will be moving in to the tour. We are live in game. So if you remember back to the beginning, the before, this is the after, this is the finished product. And I'm so excited. I apologize if you can hear a dog. I have a neighbor that has a very loud dog. Anyway, back to the build. We are going through the front entrance, and you've got that beautiful little entranceway. I do think I add in some clutter pieces here because it does look a little bit empty. I think I put a coat rack, hat stand, and I think I call it a day. Yeah. Anyway, so walk into, you go to the living room, and then down the hall into the kitchen and the dining space. I did put some brick accents as a backsplash for the kitchen. I really like it. Ties in to the exterior of the build. Down the hall to the bathroom, and then obviously there's that back door that leads outside. Really pretty in there. You've got that freestanding shower. You there, oh, curtain, yep, Mr. Curtain. And then we go upstairs, and you've got that foyer section, so a place to do homework. You've got the chess table, you've got a bookshelf, you've got a lounge, and it's a very interesting layout with the bedrooms, but I wanted to centralize them around those balconies, so that's why they are laid out the way that they are laid out. This is the first bedroom, which is more of that kind of vintage style, and then the second bedroom for the other sister, which is more of a modernized room, very playful, very colorful, and there she also has a private balcony. I think I'm putting in a mirror. I think I do a freestanding mirror, and I do a green, yellow mirror, because I'm trying to play into the colors that are in the room. And as I said, that's her private balcony with the easel. This is the upstairs bathroom. It's got a shower tub combo and a very basic toilet and whatnot. And that is the build today, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are. If you think we have improved this build significantly, I think we do. I think it's a wonderful build. It is available now in the Sims 4 gallery. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.